Three times in my life I suffered from pneumonia. First time I was about 2 years old. I don't remember anything from that time. Second time I was about 6 years old. I remember almost every single day at the hospital. I actually remember when I was taken to the doctor after 2-3 weeks of not recovering from fever and a little bit of chest pain. I didn't feel it that much. So we went to the doctor. It was back in Poland, in Europe. And I remember that my mom looked at me. She was very sad and she told me that, son, you have to go to the hospital. And I didn't back then remember the first time, which was 4 years back, right? I was 2 years old. I don't remember anything. And I was like, what do you mean the hospital? And I was so sad. I obviously started to cry and I didn't want to go. I was pretty bad at this time. So whenever we went to see the doctor, I was hiding underneath the table. I was jumping. I didn't want to get to the room, right, to see the doctor. I was really aggressive when I was finding out that I have to see the doctor. Nevertheless, well, my parents took me to the hospital because they told me that it's pretty severe pneumonia that I have and I need to stay at the hospital. Well, after negotiations with my parents, I got my mom to stay with me. So my dad paid the hospital, not the hotel, the hospital, to have my own room so my mom can stay with me. Even though my mom was healthy, she stayed with me. So there's a commitment right there. It was a little bit about 3 weeks, a little bit over 3 weeks. I remember every day my whole family was visiting me, so it was okay, but I definitely never wanted to repeat that. And until I didn't have to, until I was about 14, 15, maybe 16 years old. And I went to see the doctor again, and the doctor told me, hey, you have to go to the hospital and you have to go right now. You have most likely pneumonia, but I cannot identify it as of right now. You need to see the hospital. They will do further investigation. So they start checking, my organs started to grow, swollen, and my liver, and etc. And that for sure, I remember pretty much every single day there. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I was sweating like crazy, I was losing weight. Like when you were looking at me, I was losing weight, I was pretty damaged. And after leaving hospital, finally, after a week or two, I was able to leave the hospital right before Christmas, and I knew that I need to change something. So I started looking at my lifestyle, and even though I was into sports, I was pretty active. My diet was, I thought, on point. It was in balance, but I was eating healthy. I was avoiding simply bad foods. I wasn't eating any sweets, any fast food, and I thought it's gonna be okay. But obviously the hospital showed that my immune system is still very weak. So throughout my life, I was every 4 to 6 weeks, I was always suffering from high fever, coughing, sneezing, and running nose, and breathing problems, etc. And I didn't understand that. The fun fact is on the side is that a lady told me that because my mom had C-section, I wasn't brought to the world through natural birth, I will suffer from pneumonia and lung problems my entire life, or at least the first part of my life, which is hopefully over now because I feel great. And after that last visit at hospital, I was looking for a search. So what I did is I started looking at the nutrition, and I started looking at fasting and lowering even carbohydrates intake and testing it out how it's gonna work. So my lifestyle changed. The fasting schedule or intermittent fasting schedule brought a lot of good to my body because I saw how my hormones and my body's regulating itself, especially my endocrine system. My hormones are being regulated, so I found it was great. I was so suffering or getting sick pretty frequently, but not so long ago, I found out about the endocannabinoid system, discovered by Dr. Raphael Mechoulam. He was talking about the receptors, CB1 and CB2 receptors right within our bodies. He was talking about like the key and lock concept, and I did more study and more research about this, and I even found out that our bodies produce endocannabinoids, right? We produce our own cannabinoids. We call them, we know two so far, 2-AG and anandamide. And those cannabinoids, once they bind with the receptor, they activate it, and it's kind of like the mobile for kids, right? Good things starts happening in our body. We promote better immune response, so our body immunity is growing, and our immune system is getting better, right? So it promotes that. It's anti-inflammatory. So when you have inflammation in your body, you might take some, let's say you have inflammation in your head, that you have headache or migraines, and you take some pills. Usually you take pills to fight the symptom, not the reason why you have those migraines. So this is what binding to those receptors and activating them actually does. It not only helps with the symptoms by relieving you from pain, but it also finds that symptom, what's causing that symptom, and try to heal that and promote the healing process for that. And sometimes due to bad lack of activities, like physical activities, and bad diet, maybe bad eating habits, or any disease, those and the anandamide and 2-AG, those endocannabinoids are not enough. So you need to grab something and put something from outside, right? So our bodies can get some support. And this can be in form of CBD, cannabidiol. Cannabidiol is a phytocannabinoid. So just like your anandamide and your 2-AG, cannabidiol helps your body, directs your body to activate and bind and activate to those receptors and promote the anti-inflammatory processes, immune system going up, and it helps with anxiety and stress disorders. And I can tell you that whenever I'm really stressed out, I take CBD, and within 20-30 minutes I see the benefits of it. So it's working. Another point is insomnia, problems with sleep. A lot of people right now suffer from it, and they cannot rest while sleeping. Sometimes I don't have problems with sleeping, but I have problems with resting while sleeping. So my sleeping cycle needs to be improved. So I'm always looking for suggestion how to improve that, and CBD is showing me good results as well. So everyone reacts differently to CBD, especially to the dosage of CBD. However, there's more and more research done. The fun fact is about the study done on 72 participants. Those were 72 adults, and those adults were right before public speaking opportunity, and all of them obviously were stressed out. All of them, actually they split them into 3 groups. One group was given CBD, one group was giving something else, I don't remember from top of my head, and one group was placebo. And the group with CBD had, I believe, 90% of them have experienced public speaking opportunity way calmer. They were more relaxed. They were able to be more calm, but also focused. So when you speak, sometimes you get to the point where like, oh, what was I talking about? And then you have your notes sometimes, but this is because of stress. So if you are relaxed, you can enjoy the audience better. You can actually think and have a better flow of thinking, of thoughts, right? So there's a lot of study, preclinical, clinical studies, and research on animals as well. And cannabis or cannabidiol or other cannabinoids are still being discovered. There's, I think, over 113 right now that we know, but we need to do more studies. I mean, the endocannabinoid system was discovered in 1990. So it's fairly new. They've done over 50 years. Dr. Raphael Mechoulam did over 50 years of research and study. And he has actually boosted the industry in a good direction, in the direction that is going to help millions of people. I think as of right now, 45 million Americans are consuming products containing CBD. 45 million, just think about it, 45 million. And most of them are actually experiencing good results. There's a lot of scheme out there and a lot of fake products that don't contain any CBD, some of them. And definitely that is going to hurt the industry, but the regulations, that we have more and more regulations. So if you do your research, you're gonna find the products that are actually having and containing high potency CBD and are going to help you. And the World Health Organization did a report, really in-depth report. If you would like to get it, let me know, I can share it with you, on CBD, and they found no evidence of major side effects. The side effect might be you are being sleepy if you take too much during the day. So I recommend starting with a small dose of 10 milligrams a day, maybe 20 milligrams a day, if you feel like this is going to be okay, and gradually increase until you find your right dose. So this is actually, in my opinion, how we should take any pharmaceutical or any medicine or any herbs or anything, like even food. You cannot follow general guidelines when it comes to calories intake. You just can't. There's no 2,000 calories for me. I mean, this is a madness, because if I work out every single day, right now, I did the workout in the morning, I did a long walk in the afternoon, I need more than 2,000 calories to maintain my body weight or even build muscle or lose muscle. 2,000 doesn't say anything to me. Whereas my wife, she doesn't need 2,000 calories at all. Even if she works out, probably she needs maximum 2,000 calories. But actually, if she's gonna eat every single day 2,000 calories, she might gain weight. The same with pharmaceuticals. There's no one way of absorbing. Everybody absorbs it different. Every endocannabinoid system, every nervous system is different. Every immune system is different. We're unique. Every one of us is unique. So please, I highly encourage you to check and start always with a small dose and increase gradually until you find the benefits that you are looking for. So here's my take on endocannabinoid system, how I got into that industry, and I'm continuing to educate myself and educate others about it, because it's pretty phenomenal discovery and phenomenal industry that is going to help more and more people. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.